to get with. Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. And my name is Nicholas Earle, and Tim will be here in just a minute here. But we got NFL Sunday going here today. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games to go over for today. As usual on NFL Sunday, it's only the NFL we're going over for today. But I believe there's no NBA anyway, and there is a decent card for the NHL. But with that being said, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting and all. And it was a positive day. It was nice. In college basketball, up a little over a unit here. Let me get up my numbers here. Up 1.35 units in college basketball. Butler -8 was an ugly bad beat in double overtime. They were up 10, and a useless three-pointer with as time expired killed the -8. Yeah. Minnesota -10 took care of business. VMI +3 was a loser, but KSU +3 took care of business. Bethune-Cookman +2.5. Delaware State +7. Delaware State almost won outright. Lost by a hook with Richmond. They lost by 11. They were +10.5. Houston -32. They win by, I want to say, 36, something like that. And Loyola Marymount finishes off the night by getting the job done. Outright winner there at +3. And the NHL, or we'll look at college football, which the Army-Navy over 28 was a push. Because of the safety in the back of the end zone as time expired. Never in doubt push. When you get a push like that, you'll take that any day of the week. It should have won because they should have been able to punch in the ball at the 2-yard line and fourth goal, but that's beyond the point. NHL went 4-4, but up 0.55 units because he had some nice plus monies in there. Arizona +185 was a loser. New Jersey, Calgary over 6.5 was a loser, but we got the Vegas Golden Knights. That was rather easy, +125 there. Lost the over 6.5 with Nashville, Toronto. Lost the over 6 with New York and Washington because the Rangers got shut out last night. Ottawa, Detroit under 7 was a winner. Philadelphia Flyers are low-key a wagon, +175, winner against the Colorado Avalanche. And then we ended off the night with the Canucks getting the job done. And then one game I didn't bet on, but I wanted to mention here. Hey, LA Kings. That's a really nice undefeated road record you got there. Be ashamed if somebody, handed you your first loss. The Islanders come back from down 2-0 against the LA Kings and win in overtime 13 seconds in. JG Pageau with the breakaway winner. That was a fun game to watch. But overall yesterday, positive day, up 1.90 units for me, and look to have another good day today. Tim,
we had a good day on the site. Woo! We end up finishing up 3.62 units. Started off with a Minnesota winner, Minnesota -10 versus Florida Gulf Coast. I've watched the replay over and over again for that Butler game, which was ridiculous. The fact that it came down to Cal stealing the ball for no reason with 4 seconds to go, then going and shooting a 3-pointer up and hitting it to turn it from a 10-point game to a 7-point game. I guess the player knew the spread. That's my only guess. Butler -8. We thought we had it. We didn't. VMI +3 was a loser. And then we started to pick up a little bit. Kansas State +3. They won by 15. Bethman Cookman plus 2.5. They won by 9. Delaware State plus 7. They lost by 1. We'll take it. The over 28 in the Army-Navy game. We'll take the push. Honestly, we probably could have. We were inches away from a winner in that one, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. The Vegas Golden Knights, 6-1 winner. We got hooked by Richmond. Richmond. TCU was a loser. Houston minus 32. I'll admit it was a little bit scary because they only were up 8 at halftime. They end up winning the second half 52-26. So that would end up being fine. You mentioned the over in the Rangers game was a loser. The in-season tournament is over, and it's proven that, hey, who really gives a shit? The Lakers end up beating the Pacers. That's how we know that we can't really take this tournament seriously. And it did not go over the total. It ended up finishing at 232 points, 10 points under. So that was kind of annoying. Philadelphia won the 6. Wow. I'm going over all the other. The Phillies won. There you go. No, Flyers. Hey, eventually, I'll get the right Philly team. Vancouver won.
Shithole city
and Loyola Marymount beats UNLV. It ends up being up 3.62 units. Let's have another winning day. We got some NFL today. Still need to put plays up on the site, so we'll see what we can do.
We'll figure out what we like. Yeah, that works.
Nick, I'm gonna put plays up on the site for college basketball, and
right. Sounds good.
I'll let you talk to the chat.
Yeah, we got Marcos in the chat saying, "What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button, people. Show some appreciation. Subscribe and share." Tim A, no NBA, but we got the next best. The NFL. Let's find some. Let's cash and find some value.
Let's do it.
There we go. Kings hurt me badly. 6-teamer. Ouch. That's a great way to go 5-1 as a 6-teamer. I mean, the Kings were undefeated on the road. There's no way they were going to lose to the Islanders, right?
Oh, Jesus,
Fakers and LeBum wins it all. Champs. Who the hell cares? It's not the actual championship.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And,
really
and also, one thing, how did they call it the in-season championship when it was like 3 weeks into the season they started this thing?
Because it was
not
in
even
the season. I don't know.
Stupid. It's not even like a mid-season tournament. Morning, everybody. Morning, Fernando. Yo, nice day yesterday. Under 242.5 cash, and you already know the Lakers -4. There you go. I'm glad I stayed off. I think I would have landed on the Pacers. So Miami -1.5 and EIU -5. Tim, do you have the spreadsheet up, or do you need me to get the spreadsheet up for college?
I'm pulling it up now. I was figuring out a play for a EPL game that starts in 50 minutes. You said Miami.
Yep.
We have a slight lean towards Colorado, but it's less than a point, so nothing of interest there. And then Eastern Illinois, we have about a 1.32 points of value on Central Arkansas. Once again, not good enough for us to bet it. I think we're going to have 5 plays on the site that are 3 points of value or higher.
Fair enough. And then, of course, Fernando now asking for your soccer.
It's going to be Newcastle and Tottenham under 3. It's 98% of the money, 90% of the tickets are all on the over, and the line has moved towards the under.
All right, now we'll go from fake football to real football here. The Cleveland Browns are taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. We have the Browns as -1.5 point favorites, total of 36 in this spot. Let's get up the line history in this one here, where the look-ahead line was obviously very different. Look-ahead line was -3. Line opened up this week at -1.5 for the Browns. The look-ahead line was -3 for the Jaguars. And it got up to, it opened up at 1.5 for the Browns. It got up to 3 for the Browns before some buyback here on the Jaguars has brought it back down to 1.5. So we've really had no line movement since the opening line here. Look ahead line was 39. And the opening line is 37. And it's gone all the way, and it did get all the way down to 31 at one point. And now it's back up to a 37. So a lot of line movement on this total here. that kind of crazy. I'm guessing they had some type of weather that they were expecting earlier in the week, and then obviously did not come to fruition, and they had to readjust the line back. We have 67% of the tickets and 89% of the cash is on the Browns, and we have 61% of tickets, 87% of the cash on the under in this game here. Let's get up my projections for this game, which my projection was Cleveland at a -3. Now, granted, that line should maybe be a little higher because obviously what's the big thing that really shifted this line? It was on Monday Night Football, Trevor Lawrence got hurt and he's out long term. So now, and I believe the line moved even more when I think it's going to be CJ Beathard also being out as well. Let me take a look at Jacksonville's injury report. Jaguars injury report. Because we don't know if Beathard's going to play. He was a limited participant in practice this week, CJ Beathard. So, I mean, who would be the next quarterback here? Would that be they don't have a third string listed. I believe if they have to go third string, I think we'd be seeing former BC Lion Nathan Rourke today, potentially, for the Jaguars starting at quarterback. I don't like the situation at all for the Jaguars in this spot. And actually, the more and more I look at it, the more and more I get interested in this Cleveland Browns team. I've loved this Browns team all year. And I have futures on them to win the AFC and to win the Super Bowl. So maybe I'm a little impartial here, but the Jaguars without Trevor Lawrence in Cleveland against a Browns defense that is significantly better at home than they are on the road at -125, I am interested in the Cleveland Browns here in this spot. And I think the question is, though, for me is what does the injury report look like for the Cleveland Browns? Because is it going to be Joe Flacco again? It most likely is Joe Flacco, yeah, because Dorian Thompson-Robinson last week was in concussion protocol. I don't know if he's going to be active this week. So we'll see. But for me, it's Cleveland or nothing if I had to make a play on this game.
I think the better play in this one's the under. I think Jacksonville's offense is going to struggle without Trevor Lawrence, and this is still a Browns team that offensively struggled. They have not been a good offensive team this year. Both teams have been under. Actually, I should say Cleveland's been more of an over team, but just because the last 2 weeks their defense has kind of slipped. But their defense against Jacksonville, who is going to be without Lawrence, I think it's going to be able to show up a little bit more. I do kind of lean towards the Browns. They are 5-1 at home, 5-1 against the spread at home. Only problem, Jacksonville is undefeated on the road and 4-0 against the spread. Granted, those are with Trevor Lawrence. I do kind of lean towards Cleveland in this game as well, but this line has just fluctuated way too much that I just don't feel like I need to go after a side. I kind of like the under in this game.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we're getting value here with the Browns. So I'm a sucker for it, but give me the Cleveland Browns -125 here. Just win this game, Cleveland. That's all I ask.
All right, back to the chat. By the way, there's going to be 6 plays up on the site for college basketball today.
Oh wow, there you go.
All 3 points are higher.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Fernando. It's saying wild money line, Kraken on back-to-back. I have to fully dive into hockey. So you like the Cleveland game over 36?
No.
I don't know.
No, I do not.
I don't really have too much of a feel on that total. Over 35. Markel saying pass. Lawrence is optimistic to play. Is he really?
No, stop it. He's not in this week. There's a reason why the line's like this. He's not going to play.
He's questionable.
Is he actually?
He's a limited participant in practice. So even if he is in,
do they risk him?
I don't think you risk him. I think this line is the way it is for a reason. So, yes, sir.
According to oh, that was yesterday. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Stacks pot of the day is Williams, anytime touchdown. Good luck. Who's throwing a pick today? CJ Beathard. T. Lawrence is playing. The question is he going to be 100%? I don't think so. I'm fine. I'm fine with. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with my play.
Well, he's a game time decision. We don't really truly know.
Yeah, even if he does play, I don't care. We'll move on. The Baltimore Ravens and the LA Rams. The Ravens 7.5-point favorites. Total 39.5 in this game. It's not 39.5 in this game. I don't know why I typed in 39.5. It's up to a 42 for some reason. If this will click, that would be cool. Click. There we go. All right. Look ahead line 7.5. Opening line 7.5. Line right now 7.5. So we've had no movement here on this side. Look ahead line 44.5. Opening line 44. Actually 41.5. And then it got down to a 39.5 this morning, and it's come back up to a 42. So we do have a line movement towards this over this morning. In this game, 39% of the tickets, 60% of the cash is on that over as well. So we do have bigger bets coming in on this over. We have 38% of the tickets and 48% of the cash is on the Rams. The line's really not moved, and that's because the money's kind of split down the middle there with 48-52 type of situation there. My projected line for this game is 8.5. So I see a little bit of value with Baltimore here. Do I want to lay that type of number with Baltimore, though? Not really for this game. And let me get up my projections for total-wise in this game. It's kind of all funky this week with all these weather conditions. So I don't know how much. I have this game projected around 41, 41.5 range. So I'd lean over. Actually, this is up to a 42. So actually, never mind, because I forgot this line when I typed it up about an hour ago was about 2.5 points lower. So that's kind of interesting there. No play in this game for me. I would lean Baltimore, lean over, no play.
I am on Baltimore, and this is my second contest pick. My first one was the New England Patriots on Thursday night. So started off 1-0. Baltimore is my first pick. You got a Rams team that it will be. I will say it will be Matthew Stafford. So at least he's good to go. But this is a Baltimore team coming off of a bye. I think they're going to be able to defensively shut down the Rams. I will say I was high on the Rams coming into this year. I know a lot of people were low on them. I gave them out to go over their win total, which I think was 6.5 or 7.5.
It was really low. I know a lot of people said heading into the season they thought the Rams would be like a bottom 5 team.
No, sir, I didn't think that, but I think Baltimore is just a tier up, and I think they win by double digits today. So my second pick for the contest is the Baltimore Ravens minus the 7 and a hook. Plus the 7.5 number screams favorite to me. So that's what we're going to do for that one.
I can see that. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I was looking up, seeing if I could, what were my contest picks. I have 4 contest picks going today, which will be going in, well, the next 4 games we'll talk about have my 4 contest picks for today. I just realized that.
Nice.
So, yeah. Well, I'll head back to the chat here for this one. Rams plus 7.5 for Justin. Good luck. CJ Stroud to throw an interception at plus 110. I can see that. I like it over 39. Side lean Baltimore minus the 7. Yeah. 1 free college basketball, Tim.
Let's give you it's going to be the bottom rated, but still over 3. Oklahoma State minus the 6.
There you go. I'm on under and Ravens minus 7. Good luck. I'm also first half Ravens. Ravens are a really good first half team. That's right.
Yeah, I like the Ravens.
Ravens in the over. Yo. Someone had a good day yesterday. What's good, Joe Kryptonite? And saying okay, Justin. There you go. to my first contest play of the week, and this may be super square, but we'll get into it here. We have the Detroit Lions, 3-point road favorites in Chicago, total 44.5 now. Look ahead line for this game, 5. The opening line here was 5, and it's down to a 3 now in this game. So big line movements towards the Bears. For look ahead line 46, opening line 45.5. Did get all the way down to 39 at one point. It's up to a 44.5 again. A lot of line movement I've noticed with these totals this week when they anticipate weather, and then weather does not formulate the way that we thought it would be, and you get a much different line. So totals are tricky right now. 43% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on the under. I'm assuming most of that is when they thought there was going to be weather involved. 55% of the tickets and 69% of the cash is on the Bears, which explains why the line's moving towards Chicago. I do not agree with that line moving towards Chicago. My number for this game was 5.5, 6 towards the Lions. So the Detroit Lions -3 is my first contest pick of the day for this week. Granted, last week I went 0-5, which basically killed any shot I had. And I thought this line should be way higher. I think this offense gets cooking here for the Lions in this spot. And when you look 44 for a Bears game, that's entirely too low. And I get it. They had weather concerns, but this is a game where I'm going to be. I had this game projected at a 49, to be completely honest. So this is a game where I'm going to look to target some overs here as well in this one, and I'm going to lock in 2 different overplays here. I got the Detroit Lions team total over 23.5. It's at a -130. I got the full game over 44.5. It is on my book, so it's moved up a little bit more as well at -110. I think we see points in this game. This Bears defense is nothing to get excited about. They are 7-5 to the over this year. The Lions are 8-4, and if the Lions are going to win this game, they're going to put up points. Why? Because this is what their defense has done the last few weeks. 28 points given up against the New Orleans Saints, 29 against the Green Bay Packers, 26 against this Bears team, and 38 against the Chargers. They gave up only 14 against the Raiders, but 38 points the previous week against the Ravens, 6 against the Buccaneers, but they gave up 24 to the Panthers. They gave up 20 to the Packers. So this team has been playing overs. They've been giving up points. But on the flip side, this Detroit offense has been good. 33 points against New Orleans, 22 against Green Bay, 31 against this Bears team, 41 against the Chargers, 26 against the Raiders. And they put up 20 against the Buccaneers, 42 against the Panthers, 34 against the Packers. So this Lions team can put up points, and they're 5-1 on the road this year. So they are a team that does play well away from Ford Field, and I think they do that here. I'm invested big on this game. I'm on the Lions, and I got the Lions team total over and full game over as well. So I'm heavily invested into this Detroit Lions game. I got the Lions putting up at least 30.
Well, we got our first play on the site. We got the over. I think this is a higher scoring game. I do lean the home dog though. And I did a video with Lenny in this one. I believe this one opened up a lot bigger. I think this one opened up like 5.
It opened up 5, which I thought was correct.
The line movement kind of tells me that this could be a bear spot. Am I touching the Bears? No. I don't think I've bet. I think I bet the Bears once this year, and it was against the Saints, and they covered the double-digit spread. Other than that, I don't think I've backed the Bears the entire year so far.
I've backed them too much,
and I'm happy that I have not backed them at all because they have been awful. I kind of lean them that way. I kind of lean towards the Bears today, but the over is the play that I like the most in this one. So over 44.5 between the Bears and the Lions.
The Bears. Yep. We'll head back to the chat here. Yeah. Blackhawks and Montreal won. There you go, Joe. There you go.
No,
I like the Panthers under 6.5. I still got to fully cap the NHL, so I do not have any at the moment. Lions -3. I like it. Jets and Jaguars money lines. I am not on that Jaguars. So not on that.
I don't understand why everybody likes the Jets today.
You got the Jaguars for plus 2.5. I got the Browns at minus 125. Trevor Lawrence starting today. Fair. Lions team total over at 23.5. Too good to be true. I don't know. I don't know if that's 100% true. But yeah, Pat smash. Pats already did smash Lions. Telling you what that Lions team total over. Yeah, I like that look actually a lot. The more and more I looked at it. We'll move on though. This is my second contest pick. And it is the Saints at 5.5. Let's get into it here. And this I gotta say, this week was very slim pickings when it came to teams with any type of value on them. Look ahead line was a 6.5. Opening line was a 5.5, and it did get down to a 4 at one point, and it's back up to a 5.5. So really no line movement here on the side. Look ahead line 37. Opening line 38. It's up to a 38.5. So we actually do have a slight movement towards this over in this game, which is kind of interesting between two teams that we really don't think of offense when we think of them. 67% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the over. Lines move towards it. 66% of the tickets and 88% of the cash is on the Panthers. So a little bit of a public dog here with Carolina. And I can get it why people would be interested in this Carolina Panthers team. More so not back in the Panthers, though. More so they don't want to lay 5.5, 6 points with the Saints, which I fully understand that. But this Panthers team has not won a game on the road yet this year. They are 1-11. They're 2-8-2 ATS. Now, granted, the Saints are 5-7, but they're 2-9-1 ATS. The Panthers did cover last week as 3.5-point dogs. They lost by 3 against the Buccaneers. But previous to that, they had not covered a spread since their only win of the season against the Houston Texans. And this is actually these two teams have a track history of playing unders. They've played to the under in 6 straight games. 20-17, 10-7, 22-16, 22-14, 18-10, 26-7, 33-7, and 27. Or that was the last game that went over was 27-24. But these two teams have been playing towards unders as of late. But this total is 38.5 or 38.5, 39 range. My projected was around 39, so I think that line's about correct. My number for this game, though, was the Saints should be over a touchdown favorites in this game. And I did move on the Saints at minus. I think I got 6 with them. The contest, I think, is a 5.5. I'm on the Saints today. The Saints on the contest are 5. There are 5 on the contest, so I like that there. I'm on New Orleans here in this spot.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is a disgusting game. I legit want zero to do with it. I'm not back in Carolina, especially on the road, and there's zero chance I'm laying the points with the Saints. If I'm doing anything in this game, I'm kind of leaning towards the under. These two teams have been awful offensively this year, but these two teams have also not been good defensively at all this year. So this one just kind of leaves me in a limbo. And whenever I have a game like that, I just try to stay away from it. So we'll be boring in this one. This one's a pass for me. I want nothing to do with it.
Fair enough. Let's head back to the chat here. Panthers plus the points. I'm on the opposite side. I'm on the Saints. I'm on the Saints. Markel saying pass. Fernando saying over. And, of course, Isaac's coming into the chat saying Panthers money line. Why am I not surprised? I swear, he loves the really, really bad teams. Like, he bets the Sharks all the time and stuff like that.
Hold on, Nick. To be fair, both Panthers are playing at 1 o'clock. Florida's playing at 1 o'clock today.
Oh, are you talking Florida? Are you talking Carolina? We are talking the Carolina game, so.
Yeah, but Isaac's is a hockey guy.
Well, that's good, Nathan. We'll keep on moving on here. This is another contest pick for me. The Atlanta Falcons are hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have the Falcons as 2.5-point favorites total, or 1.5-point favorites total 41 in this game. The line has actually dropped. It's down to a 1 now for Atlanta. The look ahead line was a 2. The opening line was a 2.5. It's down to a 1 now for Atlanta. Look ahead line 39.5. Opening line 39. The line now is a 41. So a move towards the over here as well. between these two squads. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 79% of tickets, 85% of cash is on the over. So a lot of bets on this over at 41, which is kind of surprising with the way these two offenses are. And we got 35% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on the Falcons, yet this line is dropping. 53% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the Falcons, yet this line is dropping. When I cap this one here, I have this game projected with I had this game around a pick 'em in this game here, and when I got around to it, I got the Bucks at 110, 115, I want to say. Bucks money line at plus 110. I thought this game should have been a pick, so getting plus money with the Buccaneers, with as slim pickings as this week is, I made them a contest pick, and I like them here in the spot here as a slight plus money underdog in this game. I had this game projected around 38.5, so I'd actually lean more towards the under in this game here. Not particularly going to get involved with it, but I would lean more towards the under here in this spot rather than the over on this game. But I'm on the Bucks here in this spot. Maybe a Falcons team total under potentially could be the look in this game, because I know a lot of people really like this over, and the line has moved a little bit towards the over. Question is, has it moved too much? Could be the ultimate question here in this one. Falcons team totals at 21. I'd be interested in that under, but just the Bucks money line for me.
I'm on the Bucks as well. It's not a contest pick. It was one of the outside looking in plays. This is a Bucks team that I have to win the division, and as crazy as it sounds, a win today puts Tampa Bay first place in the division. I believe that's playoff machine. I believe that's what it will do today.
Is this for first place of the? That's bad. That's
really
bad.
If Tampa Bay wins today, hold on, let's see. Yeah, if Tampa Bay wins, no matter who wins that Saints and Carolina game, Tampa Bay would be first place in the division at 6-7. Go Baker. Let's get it. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this one. I think that they're obviously I have the divisional ticket, so I think they're gonna be just fine. I think we're gonna get it good, and I'm gonna ride with it. So go ahead, sign me up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the money line.
Yeah, we need rules in the NFL for qualifications for like bowl games where you have to have above 500 record. That should be a requirement in the NFL to make the playoffs as well. If your division winner does not have an over 500 record, it gets that spot gets relegated to the next best wild card team.
Okay. Whatever you say, Nick.
Because 8 and 9 teams should not be playing in the postseason.
Well, they're 6 and 7. They still have plenty of time to get their record above 500.
Fair. I want Panthers plus 6 or pass. Fair. Lean the Bucks also. Over 41. Yeah. Touching any NBA. I'm personally not today.
Considering that there is 0 games today, no.
Yeah. Stolars. CBJ and the Ducks there for Mr. Ice X. We'll move into the final of my contest picks for the day, as we have the Colts and the Bengals here in this spot. Bengals 2.5-point favorites, total 44 in this game. Looking at the line history in this spot here between Cincinnati and Indianapolis. Look ahead line, Indy -2. Opening line, Indy -2.5, and it's flipped to Cincinnati -2.5. So that's kind of interesting there that the Bengals have gone from dog to favorite. Look at line 40.5, opening line 39.5, and it's up to a 44 now. I need to figure out why this line has moved this much. Must be something, I'm guessing, injury wise. I need to figure that out because I do have the Bengals money line in this game. 70% of the tickets, 75% of the cash is on the Bengals. The line has moved from dog to favorite. 71% of the tickets, 66% of the cash is on the over. I need to figure out this injury report, though, because let's see, Colts versus Bengals injury report. I need to know why this line has moved as much as it has. Because that's a Jurassic line move. Granted, I've already bet the Bengals. I bet the Bengals earlier. There's out, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't see much. What about on this side? Nothing that I honestly don't see anything that should move the line from dog to favorite here. Maybe weather, but I mean, I don't know why this line has moved the way it is. That being said, I'm already on the Bengals. I got them at a -130 earlier in the week. I'd be fine with the 2.5, I think. And one thing with this Bengals team that for me, most of the season they've been bet against. And it's going to sound crazy, but without Joe Burrow, I think they're more of a bet on team. Why? Because you're not paying a stupid price for them. Because Joe Burrow is one of the most priced quarterbacks in the NFL. He's a good quarterback, but they price him really high. And I think there's now more value with the Bengals without him than there was with him. So I'm on the Bengals here at -130. That's a contest pick for me. It's a pick 'em in the contest. So I got Cincinnati here, -130.
That's another game I stayed away from. I'm kind of a fan of this Colts team. They've been playing well. They play well on the road. They're 4-1 on the road this year. And although you look at them, I mean, they're playing good football. They've won 4 games in a row. I guaranteed against Carolina, New England, Tampa Bay, and Tennessee in overtime. But this is a Colts team that's just winning games in front of them. And they've been slight dogs or slight favorites the entire time. So this is a Colts team. I would kind of lean that way. I know you're on the Bengals, but I kind of lean Colts. Is it enough for me to want to go after it? No. Kind of lean towards the over in this game too. I could definitely see some points.
I was kind of looking that way as well. With this line is, I think this line's moved too much though. I still think there's value on this over, but when I could have gotten in the low 40s earlier this week and now it's 44, I think if you like the over, you've missed your line. Yeah. And maybe you hope for maybe a punt or two to start the game, and you can get down into that low 40s range. Hope for a long drive that starts with a punt or something, and maybe you can grab a live 40. I'd be interested in that. The Colts have been a really good over team this year, so I can definitely see this game going over the total. But I'll just stick with the Bengals for right now. Maybe a Bengals team total. This one, I kind of want to see what that would be. Bengals team total over. But back to the chat. I'm going to look up what that is.
Where did you leave off?
I left off there.
Hawkeyes. You like a little bit of Iowa today. Let's find Iowa. Against Michigan. We have a little bit of value on Iowa. 1.42 points of value. So nowhere near enough for us to want to play it. So good luck to you, but we're not going to be involved in that one. Dog to fave equals L. Well, in hockey, that happens. I don't know about football when that happens. Most of the time, if a team turns from a dog to a favorite, it's probably because of injuries to the quarterback. It is raining pretty good here in Baltimore. All right, Baltimore's run game should be just fine, and they'll play great defense. Long Beach plus 14 and a hook. We have that around a 16, so I would kind of lean a little bit towards USC, but not enough for us to bet it. Keep in mind, we just play off of our numbers. We're not trying to fade you or anything. If we don't like a spot, we don't like a spot. So that's just we're not trying to fade you. Ball State minus 1.5. Thoughts? What do we got for Ball Sack State? Oh, they're against SIU Edwardsville. And that line is actually dropped. We actually have Ball State around a 5.5 point favorite. So right now there would be value on Ball State. But we just go off of our numbers from last night because we don't want it. Because if we went and went through all the plays again this morning and readjusted the lines, we would have way too many plays because lines move like crazy. So I don't know. Personally, if it was at that number last night, maybe there's a little bit of value. We had it a different number last night. Bengals and the over. Sure, I like the over. Oh shit, you guys didn't do hockey slate yet. We're not doing it today. It's just football today. Nick has to pop up afterwards anyway, so we'll squad ride Ball Sack State. You have fun. I'm not betting Ball State. This game confuses me.
This is an interesting one here because the line's dropped in this game. It's down to a 3 now. Let's take a look at this game with the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. Look ahead line, Texans 4.5. Opening line, Texans -6, and it's come all the way down to a 3. Look ahead line, 39. Opening line, 37.5, down all the way to a 33. That's a massive line move down there. And I understand why. And it's weather concerns. This is something we're going to have to deal with during this part of the year is weather concerns. 85% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the under. The line has moved drastically towards the under. 72% of the tickets, 73% of the cash is on the Texans in this game. And yet this line's continuing to just plummet. And I understand maybe this is not a bet. This line move is maybe not indicative of the actual bets on this game and things like that. It's because of the weather. Because at 2 o'clock, there's 17 mile an hour winds and and there's gonna be winds up in the 20 mile an hour range and rain in this game. It's gonna be a disgusting game to be at. And it's gonna, I think, lead to some ugly football. And I get it. People are gonna think, oh, rain, and that immediately is an under. The wind more than anything, I think, will lead to an under in this game potentially. I gave out the over on picks and parlays because I had to do this game. I would lean over in this game just because of how much this line has moved, but the weather is probably going to keep me off this game in general. It'd be Texans. I think probably Texans -3 if I had to lean toward. No, actually, I had this game around 2.25. So I think this line moving down was correct. I wish I got involved in this game when it was a 6 earlier in the week. Unfortunately, I did not. So this is going to end up leading me not betting this game. I would lean over 33. I think that would be my only lean in this game. But I really don't have too much of an interest in this one.
I'm confused on why a lot of people like the Jets. It's not the numbers and tickets. I feel like I see all over social media that people love the Jets today, and I'm still just trying to figure it out, and I can't. This is a Jets team that has lost 5 straight games. They haven't covered since week 6. This is not a team I want to be backing right now, and you get a Texans team that I know is coming off of what they're coming off of a loss, right? No, they're coming off of a win against Denver. Because I remember I had Denver that game, so I was against that one. So it is what it is. But this game's hurting my brain. I'm gonna stay away from this one. Weather stuff is keeping me off a total. I don't think weather would affect a side. I don't think weather would affect. I think the only thing that is moving my guess would move the side is it's Zach Wilson today. But does that really move the spread from 6.5 down to a 3? Is there injuries on the other side? I'm confused with this game.
I think it's the weather, and that's the books reacting to this game potentially being a little bit of a lower scoring game, which means lower variance, which means lower spread.
It could be. I can't do this game.
It's a tricky game.
Yeah, this is a tricky game.
Also, one thing that is going the Jets' way in this game is what are the Houston Texans? They are a dome team, and they're heading to the elements, which is going to be rain and 20-mile-an-hour winds. Let's see how this young Texans team does in these types of conditions.
Yeah, we'll see how they do. I'm staying away from this game. Yeah. I got the under. Yeah, I could see the under in the Jets game. Oh, I can. Okay. What MetLife is next door to me, and it's going to be pouring cats and dogs. Watch the Jets win. Dude, it would be the Jets thing to do is start to win games now when it means nothing or we're trying to tank. That would be what the Jets are.
Embrace the tank again.
Please. Kind of like my Texans last game. They might roll today. They could roll today. They should. I got the Texans over 9.5 and minus 2.5. And to along with the Lions over. You got Texans over 9.5. I'm confused on that
total.
Team total over 9.5
and boosted.
Yeah, but still, it's all right. I mean, yeah, they should score 10
and a
points
4-teamer, I believe. I think that's a 4-teamer.
Yeah, they should score 10 points today. Yeah, that's another game. I do kind of like a spot in this game.
I think the way the line's moving is starting to present some value with the road team here in this game. But let's get into it here. Wow, the 49ers are up to 14 now.
Sheesh.
Look ahead line 11, opening line 12. Got down to a 10.5. It's up to a 14. And then look ahead line 43.5, opening line 46, and it's 45.5 now. So it's moved down since the opening line. It's moved up since the look ahead line. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here between the Niners and the Seahawks, where we have 92. All right, no, that's the money line. 35% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Seahawks. This line has moved up, but I have a feeling this is injuries. I got to take a look at the injury report. We had 31% of the tickets and 68% of the cash on the under. So we have some sharp money coming in on this under here. Now the question is Seattle Seahawks injury report. I have a feeling this has something to do with the injuries, which let's take a look. I believe. No, is he not on the injury report? I don't think he is. Nobody's out in this game. Interesting. I don't know why this line's moved up the way it has. I just don't. Interesting. I lean under in this game if I had to. I think if I had to get to anything in this spot. But this is a tricky game. Up to a 14 now. Definitely would make me lean Seahawks. I'm definitely not laying double digits here in this spot. My number for this game was San Fran minus 12.5. So I thought the opening line was about right. I would have leaned San Fran at that 10.5, 11 number. Now that it's 14, I think the Seahawks have some merit to them. Whether or not I move on them, it's a different story. These two teams just played, and the Seahawks got beat pretty bad in Seattle against this San Fran team on Thanksgiving. It's 100% Seahawks or nothing for me at 14. I just don't think I'm going to move on this game.
If I'm going after anything in this game, it's the under. The over. I could see the Niners putting up a big spot on Seattle again. Seattle's defense. I remember Seattle had I think they had a good defense to start the year, and that's what kind of kept them in game. No, they had a good offense. No, they had a good defense to start the year. They had a couple of good games in a row. Their defense has just been getting torched lately. 41 against Dallas, 31 against the San Fran team, 26 against Washington. This is a team that you kind of want to stay away from right now in terms of defensively, and that's why the line is as crazy as it is. I understand why it's a 13.5, 14. I could easily see the Niners win this game by 20.
Absolutely.
At 25. I could see the Niners winning this one, honestly, like 42-20 or something like that. Why am I not betting this? Well, what did we just see last week, Nick? Niners just went and blew out.
So this could be a nice little letdown spot for them.
They blew out the Eagles in Philadelphia.
for their NFC's championship game revenge game.
Yes. I'm going to stay away from the side in this one. I kind of lean towards the over because, once again, I think San Fran can score on Seattle. Whether or not Seattle scores enough, I don't know. Maybe even a San Francisco team total over.
I was going to say, if you're worried about what Seattle does offensively,
San Fran
like
team
this
total over.
San Fran team total.
That's kind of where I would have to go in this game. I'm not laying 13.5 points on an NFL team. That's for sure.
No, and it's 14 now. If you wanted
I don't lay that many
total, if you wanted the team total for this game, it's a 30 for the Niners. 30. That's
okay.
a lot. It's a lot.
Team total over 9.5, just because I need 2 legs to boot for to the parlay. Got it. I got under 46.5. Okay. Let's head to the next game.
Yeah, and I did a free pick video for this one last night for picks and parlays, where we have the Minnesota Vikings 3-point road favorites, total 40.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have this game opened up, or look at line -1, opening line -2.5. Now the line's up to a 3. Look ahead line 40.5, opening line 40, up to a 40.5. So really no line movement here too much for this total either. A little move towards the Vikings in this game. Let's take a look at the cash flow, where we have 49% of the tickets and 74% of the cash on the Raiders, but yet the line's moving towards the Vikings. We have 60% of the tickets and 82% of the cash on the under in this game here. And when you look at these two teams, I have this game projected for an under. I have this game projected around more like a 38.5. And I think I'm going to move on this under. I gave this under out last night. I actually do like this under. Both these teams, we remember this Vikings team last year is such a great over team. They had that dynamic offense, and their defense really struggled. This team has completely changed this year, and I see all we've seen from the Vikings now are unders. When we look at both these teams, they're both 3-9 over under this year. The last thing we saw, and also I remember seeing a trend. I don't remember the exact number behind it, but when you have two teams coming in off of extended rest of at least 8 days, it hits at like 65% to the under. Like it's a strong under trend. So I have added that to my card. Raiders, Vikings under 40.5. I think for me in this game is where I'm going with this one.
Minnesota was another one of those outside looking in plays for me in terms of contest picks, because I looked at I still am high on this Vikings team to make the playoffs, and I still think they have a shot to win the division, as crazy as that sounds. I like this team. They've shown me over the past little while that even without Kirk Cousins, they are just fine. Not to mention Justin Jefferson will be back today. I think that's going to be a big help to that offense. So I am going to be on Minnesota. They were one of my outside looking in for contest plays. I end up going with the Ravens over the Vikings. So that's kind of where I went there. I like this. I like Vikings -3 in this one.
I mean, what was my projected spread for that game? I think that line was pretty spot on. Yeah, I had that game at exactly a 3, so I thought that line was perfect.
Okay. I can only see a stomping. Absolutely agree. Would have to go first half -7.5. Stop betting the NFL. Oh, that's the Niners game. Under for show and lean Raiders. I'm not leaning Raiders. Let's go to this game, Nick, which is going to be, I guess, interesting.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos all of a sudden are a decent football team. They're 2.5-point road dogs. Yeah, they're a good hockey team too. Total of 44 in this game. Let's take a look here at the line history in the spot. It's gone up to a 3 now. We are seeing 3s across the board with the LA Chargers. Look ahead line 3, opening line 3. It got down to a 2.5 for a decent chunk of the week, back up to a 3. Look ahead line 45, opening line 44, back up to a 45. So a slight move towards the over, a slight move, and really no move on the side. It's just been 3s. My projected numbers for this game are the Chargers at a 4.5. So I actually do see value in this LA Chargers here in this game. Oh, cash flow. Where we have 75% of tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Broncos in this line. Went from a 3 down to a 2.5, back up to a 3. A lot of love for the Broncos here. 48% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the under as well. Let's take a look at my projection for this game. Here I had it around a 44.5 for the total, so I think this total is about right. The more and more I look at it, though, I want the Chargers in this game. I didn't think I was gonna be leaving the show with a bet on the Chargers today, but I think I'm going to at this game at -3. I think there's value in the number here. I think now with the Broncos on their little win streak here. Now they lost last week. And I think that could be a sign of things to come for the Broncos, that they're going to start falling off. But I'm going to take the Chargers here at 3. I did not think I was going to end up with the play on LA, but here we are. Chargers -3 for me.
Yeah, this will be the last game I stay off of for the card. I didn't bet this game. I have plays in the next 2, and they're plays that I actually really like in the next 2 games. I just didn't feel the need to go after the Broncos and the Chargers. I do lean a little bit towards the Broncos side. I kind of lean towards the over in this game. I did not touch either one of those. I prefer to save for the last 2 games.
Back to the chat.
Which is Broncos country. Let's ride.
No.
Let's jump into these games, Nick.
This one's an interesting one. I did a free pick video for this game last night for picks and parlays. And I know my pick for that disagrees with yours, but let's get into it here. Look ahead line -3, opening line -2.5. Got down to a 1. It's back up to a 1.5. So a small little buyback there on the Chiefs. Look ahead line 48, opening line 47.5, up to a 49 now. So a line move towards the over here as well. We have 46% of the tickets, 64% of the cash is on the Chiefs spread. We have 42% of the tickets, 68% of the cash on the Chiefs money line. 67% of the tickets, 49% of cash is on this over. And the line has moved towards the over in this game here. Let's take a look at the projected total for this one. Trying to find this game. Here we go. I have this game projected 40. No, that's not right. I got to relook at my number there for that projected total. But I have the Chiefs projected at a 2.5 point favorite in this game. I'm not in love with this game at all. I'm not. This will be a good game to watch. I think this is a terrible game to bet. And people have their angles, right? I see no value on this game. I really don't have too much interest in this game. Maybe take a shot with the under. Maybe an under is a decent look in this game because everyone is going to look at these two teams as 2 high-powered offenses when their defenses are probably the better part of this team right now. Both these teams right now. Both these teams are 4-8 to the under. The Bills did go over in their last game, but they're off of a bye week where they last played in Philadelphia. Previous to that, they had gone under in 4 straight games. The Chiefs have gone over in back-to-back games, so they've kind of found their offense a little bit. Granted, they only put up 19 points, but they played on I believe Sunday night against the Packers there. Yeah, it was Sunday night. This is tricky. I kind of think more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm interested in this under in this game. And I know that's scary between these two teams, but I think this number is too high in this spot. And the over is getting a little bit too much love in this game. So I think I might end up with an under here in this game. Under 49 with the Chiefs and the Bills here for me.
I'm going to be on a side, and it's going to be Buffalo. And when I looked at it, I kind of mentioned it during my free pick video. I'm going to take some Buffalo futures now. Buffalo to win the AFC, 14-1. Buffalo to win the Super Bowl, 25-1. I look at it and I think Buffalo it's wide open for them to make a move. And I look at it because in the AFC, the Chiefs are beatable. And we've seen it this year so far. They are beatable. And then you got Jacksonville with a beat up Trevor Lawrence. I'm not entirely confident with. Baltimore, how much can you trust Baltimore in the playoffs? And then you got a couple of Miami. Miami doesn't beat good teams. I mean, you look at and you got Buffalo at the lowest point that you could probably get them, sitting at 6-6. I like the Bills. I think they get the win today, and I like them to win. So I took their money line, even money, and I took their futures as well.
I end up moving on the under in this game, under 49. I like both these teams' defenses when you look at it, and what we've seen with the Chiefs this year is their offense. It's not what it was in previous years.
But the question is, Nick, is Taylor Swift going to be in attendance?
And here's the thing: I don't give a flying whether or not Taylor Swift is going to be at this game or not. I really do not care. I think 90% of NFL. I think 90% of NFL fans do not care. I don't.
Anyways, back to the chat, Nick.
Yep. Oh,
dear God. Speaking of,
what's up, guys? Joined late because of work. Unbelievable. Tisk. Oh yeah. Good luck today. Stop Geo. Which leads us to our last game of the day. And this line move has kind of brought me into a range to be able to bet a side in this game a little bit too. I've already bet the total in this game. It's Sunday Night Football. We all know it. Also, we get a total above 50 in this one as well. And how often do we get that for a primetime game?
Not often anymore.
Look at line 48.5, opening line 50.5. It got up to a 53 at one point. Actually, I got it at 52. It's up to it's down. It's at 51.5 now. Look headline for this game: Cowboys -3. Opening line: Cowboys -3. It got up to a 3.5 at one point, and now it's back down to a 3, depending on your book. And I've already got involved with the unders. That is an obvious 39% of the tickets, 50% of the cash is on the under. We have 57% of the tickets, 45% of the cash is on the Cowboys in this game. So slightly bigger bet coming in on the Eagles. One thing we've noticed with the Eagles, though, and especially Jalen Hurts, is he struggles as an underdog. Like, if you look at Jalen Hurts' record as an underdog in his career, granted, he hasn't been an underdog very much the last couple of years. But when he struggles. He just does. I mean, we saw last week they were an underdog and they got their ass whooped. I see something very similar in this game here. My projected line for this game is Dallas -4.5. So seeing Dallas at a 3, I am very interested in the Cowboys in this game. And with the total being this high, obviously I am on. I got 25.5, 25.5, and 52 for the totals here. And when it comes to the side in this game, I don't want to jump in front of Dallas at home. I just don't. And this Dallas team is a different team at home than they are on the road. And I think at the end of today, we will have a tie in the NFC East. I'm going to go with them boys. Give me the Cowboys at -3. At this number, I have to take the -3 in this game. I get it, everybody. Oh, the Eagles are a dog. We saw how that worked last week. I truly think the Cowboys get their win here. They've had decent success the last few years against Jalen Hurts and this Eagles team. And at home, the Cowboys are a different team. This is, I believe, have the Cowboys lost a game at home this year yet?
No.
They are 6-0 at home this year. Wins against Seattle, Washington, New York, LA, and New England. Granted, not the best of competition, but they've still yet to lose at home this year. I think that continues today. Give me the Cowboys at -3. I've also got the first half full game under.
Man, I'm glad you gave that analysis. Hey, the Cowboys could be first place. I mean, they can kick the game-winning field goal when it's tied and finish a 3-point game, and I get my +3.5 that I got earlier in the week. And that's what the contest pick is. is a 3.5. Now I will say if the game last week ended a different way, maybe I looked elsewhere. But the Eagles coming off of getting blown out by the Niners, I think it's a good bounce back spot. We saw the same thing from the Cowboys earlier in the year. The Cowboys got blown out by the Niners, ended up winning against the Chargers the following week. I like the I like the Eagles to go into Dallas and at bare minimum cover the spread. I think they keep it close, and I like the Eagles to get it done today.
Fair. I don't.
That's fine. We don't have to agree. It's my contest pick. Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Untouchable. And he's saying hello to the Blues fan. Rangers lost 4-0 to the Capitals yesterday. Quick at home to beat the Kings. Oh, that could be a good revenge angle.
I'm tempted to bet the Rangers, especially the way they looked yesterday. And the Islanders softened up the Kings for the Rangers today. So that was very nice of the Isles to do that for them, I guess.
If that's what you're going at. Hurts anytime touchdown. Dallas first half. The under. Philly first full game spread. Okay. Kings win. I think the Kings win tonight. All right. That is all of the NFL games for today. So we'll go ahead and run our quick housekeeping. All the logos are above Nick's head. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all of those linked down below. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the channel, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. I'll be posting up the college basketball plays in a couple of minutes right after the stream. So if you guys are interested in that, those will all be on the picksandparleys.net website, and B, or you can get them for $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day through the YouTube community tab. I had Kings losing to the Isles and then beating the Rags. All right. Over in the Kings-Rangers game in the Nashville puck line.
I will be betting my NHL once we get off the show here.
All right. A little bit of a recap. My contest picks this week. That'll be my recap. I had New England. I have the Ravens today. I have the Bills today. I have the Eagles today, and I have the Packers tomorrow. Nick?
Yeah. Browns, money line minus 125. The Lions, minus 3. The team total over 23.5, full game over 44.5. I'm very invested in that Lions game today. Saints, minus 6. Buccaneers, money line plus 110. Bengals, minus 130. Minnesota, Las Vegas, under 40.5. Los Angeles Chargers, minus 3. Buffalo, Kansas City, under 49. And then the Sunday night game, Dallas, minus 3. First half, under 25.5. Full game, under 52.
There you go. That's going to do it for hold on. Two more comments. Pacers have a letdown. There's no NBA today. So, and I'm not back in Detroit tomorrow, that's for sure. Saints in the under. Who do the Saints got? Carolina. Yeah. Okay. Koo and Tucker kicking props. I'm not going to talk you off of those.
The two best kickers in football. So, yeah, Koo and Tucker.
Yep. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace out, guys.